And good morning, guys. It's Working, bringing you a quick update on Steem. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We're looking at Steem to BTC on the one-day chart. We're looking at Bittrex. And last we spoke, we were watching this massive descending resistance line here that's been in place since early April. We can see it's tried to break out a few times, especially in the last couple weeks, and it's just been completely unable to. It's broken out a couple times on the daily chart with just a wick, but we have yet to see a daily candle close above this descending resistance line. Today, let me just bring it in here a little bit closer so you guys can get a better look. Again, looking at the daily. Today, we've seen price start to break above this descending resistance line. It doesn't mean it's not going to get rejected. Again, this has happened before numerous times where it's broken out, ended up being by only a wick as price got rejected. But if we can see the daily candle close above this descending resistance line, that's going to be a change in the pattern. That's going to be a very bullish indication, and that's going to be a sign that the market is continuing to strengthen. So again, we're looking for a daily candle to close above this descending resistance. As of now, price is operating within a wedge. We're getting a series of lower highs, higher lows, and as it approaches the apex of this wedge, we can expect to break out to the up or to the downside. As of right now, my bias is that it's going to break up. I say that because we're getting a little bit of an uptick in overall volume. We're starting to see it break above this descending resistance line. We are seeing some at least short-term bullish momentum in the rest of the market. We know that Steem is tied to Bitcoin, so I wouldn't be surprised to see price break in the up direction. If it does break up, let me go ahead and break it down to the 4 hours so you can get a little better look. If it does end up breaking up, we can see on the 4 hour, this has created a decent little supply zone up in here. It's going to act as resistance. There's a lot of sell orders more than likely sitting in this zone. So as price does break up, let me zoom out here so you can see a little better. As price does, if price does break up, I should say, more than likely it's going to target this 22.9 to 23.9k Satoshi zone, resistance supply zone up in this area. From there, I wouldn't be surprised to see price break back down. Now, the question is going to be, was that a bull trap? If it does break up, was that a bull trap, or does it have legs? I wouldn't be surprised to see price break up, hit this resistance, come back down, and then possibly come back up and test the resistance and then to break through it. If it hits this resistance, we get a massive rejection back down, then guys, more than likely, this what was resistance with this descending resistance will act as more than likely act as support, and then we could expect price to possibly bounce off of that, possibly come back down into this support zone that it's sitting on top of now, between 20.2k Satoshi and 19.5k Satoshi. Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that, guys. All right, looking at the stock RSI, we can see stock RSI is oversold. Again, we're looking at the 4 hours. So again, wouldn't be surprised to see a temporary pullback. We're at the top of this wedge, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a temporary pullback to the bottom of this wedge and then a break back to test the top of the wedge again, possibly to break out. Again, as we get closer to the apex, the breakout becomes more and more likely. Looking at our 4 hour MACD, just bring it up. We can see the signal line and MACD line both trending up. Histogram is starting to create. We can see it was initially trending down. Looks like it's starting to trend back up again. It's in bullish territory, currently in bullish territory, and looks like it's starting to trend back up. The signal and MACD line are showing no signs of reversing course. So as of now, that's a fairly bullish indication. Looking at the RSI, again, we're on the 4 hour. Just bring this up and get this down so you guys can bring this down so you guys can see this a little bit better. All right, looking at the 4 hour, we can see on the RSI, if I draw an arrow from our wick to our wick, we can see price has been downtrending, as I said, creating a series of lower highs. We can see on the RSI, again, we're on the 4 hour. RSI has been trending up. That's bearish, or excuse me, that's bullish divergence, guys. So again, I wouldn't be surprised to see price break in the up direction. My bias is price is going to break up. Now, whether or not that's a bull trap where it breaks up, hits the resistance, and breaks right back down to test the support, that's very possible. But as of right now, guys, we are seeing indications that price is going to break up, and then from that point, all eyes will be on that resistance between 22.9k Satoshi and 23.9k Satoshi or thereabouts. It doesn't mean price can't break down, guys, and if price does end up breaking down, it's going to more than likely come in and test this resistance again between 22 or 20.2k Satoshi and 19.5k Satoshi. Ideally, guys, from a technical point of view, I would like to see all of this get reset. This has gotten rather sloppy. We can see if we put if we look at this from an Elliott point of view, and we say what? We've got our swing low to swing high. Price is retraced down. It's sitting right on top of the 88.65 fib level. That's a very deep retracement. That's a sign of market weakness. We've got no impulse wave up as of now. So it just ideally I would like to see a reset. In other words, I'd like to see a double bottom. I'd like to see price break down, hit this bottom where it hit before, right around 19.1 or 19.2 K Satoshi, and then off to the races. I mean, from a technical point of view, I think that'd be the most bullish in the long term, the most bullish scenario, even though it'd be a little bearish in the short term. Long term, it'd be the most bullish. So if it does break down, we'll be watching for a double bottom. But right now, it seems like that price, my bias is price going to break up. Doesn't mean it's going to. It just means I'm prepared for price to break up. Looking at let me get a drink of water, guys. Stand by 1 second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Looking at the, again, we're on the 4-hour RSI. We can see that the RSI, let me just blow it up here so you guys get a better view. We can see the RSI has established an ascending support line. It's been tested 1, 2, whether you count that as once or twice, had a little double tap again here. So let's get 1, 2, 3 times. So it's a fairly strong ascending support line. Given where the wedge is now, I wouldn't be surprised to see price come back down, test the bottom of that wedge, see the RSI come back down, test that ascending support, and then break up. Again, doesn't mean that's going to happen. If we do get the ascending support break on the RSI, it's going to be a very bearish indication, and more than likely at that point we're going to come back down and either create a double bottom. If that double bottom ends up breaking, then more than likely we're going to come back down to 18.7K Satoshi. But given that we are getting some positive sign in the market, we have good movement on Bitcoin. We know that Steem is tied to Bitcoin. So given that Bitcoin has been showing some strengthening in the market, some bullish sentiment, I wouldn't be surprised. As I said, my bias is that Steem is more than likely going to break to the upside. Doesn't mean that's going to happen, but again, guys, that is just kind of my bias as of right now. Let me get rid of this. All right, from a bigger picture point of view, guys, what we're going to be looking at is we've got to break above this this prior high, the top of what would be a wave 1. If this being wave 1 and 2, this would be the top of wave 1. We've got to see a break above this. We've got to see a break above this, what is now a supply zone between 26K Satoshi and 26.7K Satoshi, right at the top up here. Excuse me, guys. That's a relevant zone for a couple reasons. If we go from our last swing high to swing low, let me just get rid of this, pull our fib, and we go swing high to swing low. We can see that 26, and let me blow it back up again so you guys can get a better view. That 26K Satoshi to 26.7K Satoshi is right around the 236 fib level to the upside. Remember this, remember you're trading against algorithms, guys, and as far as algos are concerned, this is still a downtrend. So they're viewing this as a retracement. And we haven't had a breakout in one direction or another. They're still viewing this as a retracement. So when we had a break to the upside, it hit right around that, just went through, but immediately was rejected at about that 23.6K, or excuse me, 23.6 fib level. Came back down. I wouldn't be surprised to see it come back up, test it, and we've got to see it break through. If it does break through, more than likely we're going to get resistance at the 238 right around here. We can see that we've got some action on the way back down. We can see that price acted as support. The 238 acted as support. And I wouldn't be surprised to see it act as resistance on the way up above that, also at the 0.5. And what we're really looking at, guys, for algos to switch kind of their momentum from viewing this as a downtrend to possibly triggering them to start picking targets on the upside, we've got to get above this 618 fib level. So we've got to get above the 37.5 K Satoshi or thereabouts. Now again, I know I'm looking at this longer term, but if we do end up trending up, guys, I want you to remember that number, 37.5 K Satoshi. If we can get above that, algos are going to switch and start picking targets up to the upside rather than to the downside, and then more than likely we're off to the races. We got a lot of resistance to get past until we do get to there, and I don't mean to put the cart before the horse, guys. I'm just giving you more of a big picture point of view. All right, looking at our MEAs, guys, this is the 4-hour chart. I've got the 55-day MEA in pink, 21-day MEA is in yellow, and the 8-day MEA is in blue. Price is broken above the 8-day MEA, is broken above the 21-day MEA. That is a bullish sign, at least in the short term. That's a bullish sign of momentum to the upside. We can see price tested the 55-day MEA. It was rejected. Ideally, we'd like to see the 4-hour candle close above the 55-day EMA to show us a continuing strengthening of the market. We can see the 8-day EMA is breaking above, starting to trend above the 21-day EMA. That's, again, a bullish sign. So right now we are seeing some strength, at least in the short term. Again, this is only on the 4-hour. If I pull back out to the daily chart, we can see that price is below the 8-day EMA. It's acting as resistance. We need to see on the daily price to close above the 8-day EMA if this thing is to have any legs. It's tried to a few times, looked above, and was strongly rejected. So, you know, bigger picture, the bears are still controlling the market. If we zoom back in, as I said, on the 4-hour chart, we can see that the bulls are making a run at it. And we'll see how it turns out, guys. So short-term strength, long-term, the bears are still in control. We'll see if we can get the bulls to start taking control of the market. Until next time, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it there. This is Working, signing out. Please be safe, and we'll talk to you soon.